All right, you guys. Well, welcome, welcome. So tonight I'm really excited. First of all, how crazy that it's already almost a week into the first week of February. First of all, that's kind of crazy. It's February 5th. So many of you guys are already crushing it. I had an awesome one-on-one call with Miss Emily today in Minnesota, and she just finished her workout, and so I got to talk to her for a little bit. I know Miss Jen is there, and she's getting ready to get her kids down in the kitchen. I kind of talked to these ladies, so I am excited to dive in. So today, I provided you guys a link to Instagram stories for one of the trainings that Jatana did that you guys need to watch. I'll make sure and put it under files in our group. So for any of you guys that want to know how to work Instagram stories better, it's an amazing video to watch. I'm going to share a little bit of that, but I'm going to really actually give you guys the ins and outs of how to post on Instagram, how to get more interaction. A lot of these are actually going to work even towards Facebook. So everybody, I always have to say, everybody kind of has their jam. Everybody kind of has their jam as a coach, and some of it's Facebook and some of it's Instagram. Some of you guys are really killing it on Snapchat. So I think it just really depends on what your genre is that you love. For me personally, Instagram has been huge. It has been the major platform of how I've been able to build my business. So I would love to answer any of your guys' questions. If I don't answer them, hey, Juana, good to see you, girlfriend. So I have to ask you guys, and I know not many of you guys are on to know, but I know I spoke to Emily today, and I started listening, and I kind of brought in the team page the last call about the new Audible book that we were going to do for the month of February. So I started listening to The Power of the Positive Leader by John Gordon today, and oh my gosh, it was funny. I don't know if you guys have started it, but I always listen to Audible when I'm or audio. Why am I saying Audible? Like a football player or something. Like audio when I'm getting ready in the morning, and it could be 10 minutes, it could be 5 minutes. But my husband even really liked it because he talks a lot about sports. But I actually wrote down one of the quotes that he said that really got me really excited. He talked very heavily about, you guys can get people to purchase from you. You guys can, get to that end result. But what happens in the locker room, like on a football game or here in our team, like that is, and I wrote down the vision that I want for our team is I want to be like in the locker room, the relationships that are built like in those closed doors, those walls, is what is so amazing and the powerful things that happen. And that's why I love these team calls, is we can really kind of be in that locker room, ask those questions, so that we go out on the playing field, we can be like, all right, you guys, like, I even know anything about sports, but you know what I'm talking about. But I like to think I do. But it just really made me think about, like, it's like, we're always putting ourselves out there, but this is our locker room to be able to learn and to be able to grow and ask questions. And so I want you guys, whether you listen to the recording or you're on live, to ask questions. And I always get really hot and really excited, so I'm gonna take my shirt off here. I promise I won't get all the way naked though. I'll keep my pants on. But so I wrote some things down also from the National Wake Up Call. How many of you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call today? Do you guys listen to it? If you didn't, you can listen to the recording. I had a call from my coach Michelle in New York today, and I was listening to the National Wake Up Call while I was going for a walk. I actually like to listen to the podcasts of them in the middle of the afternoon. My mornings are kind of crazy. I usually have one-on-one calls and different things, and so I will jump on in the afternoon. And I took some notes from the National Wake Up Call. She really talked to you guys about Instagram. So I purposely set up this call today because I knew, with us having Jatana's tools with Instagram stories, that I was going to share, and having the National Wake Up Call with her actually talking about Instagram, what a perfect transition for us just to continue that conversation, so we're really consistent on where we're growing this week. So I'm going to read some of the notes I wrote, and then I'm going to jump right into how I've been able to build a following. And I know Jennifer had some great questions too, and I want you guys to jump in as well. So on the call I wrote, let's see, they're probably going to be like totally generic things I wrote down. I kind of a shorthand here. It says, you have to be intentional with your business to be successful. First of all, I wrote that down because you cannot have an amazing business or be successful if you're not intentional every single day. You have to be consistent. You really do, rain or shine, you have to. Otherwise, you can't expect to build a 6-figure business or be a 10-star diamond. She wrote down, I wrote down what she said, is she said fear. She felt free on Instagram, that she was able to be free of that fear without the judgment from Facebook. She talked about on the National Wake Up Call that she was like, oh my gosh, I've got my family, I've got my friends, I've got all these people on Facebook, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm being judged and I'm really nervous. So it was a great platform for her to start her social media so that she felt more comfortable. She could come out of the closet more and kind of build her following. So I'm going to talk about how to do that and how to build trust. And then I'll probably have Jennifer come on and maybe unmute at some point. And Jennifer, even if you have to leave early, jump on and share your question you had, because I loved the question you had. All right, so she shared 5 steps, and I wrote a few of them down from the National Wake Up Call that really spoke out to me. So I'm just gonna briefly go over them for you guys, but make sure you listen to the call because it was amazing. She says, define your target market. Define your target market. And you guys, I wrote this down because this is the #1 thing that I know has helped me to be successful. I know it's helped Ashley and a lot of my top coaches in Kendra. It's like, you have to be very clear who you're speaking to on social media. So, and with the new coach training that's starting this week, tomorrow I'm gonna actually add a video in our coach training group. So if you haven't joined it, I tagged a lot of you guys. Make sure you join it. I'm gonna post that video tomorrow. But I really talk about branding. And when I think of one of the things that my coach really did for me, my upline coach, is she taught me how to brand myself to the point where I don't question what my brand is. Your brand is who you were before you became a coach. Your brand has nothing to do about Beachbody. So for instance, I am a mom. It is a large part of who I am. And so part of my brand is being a mom. The other one is, even before Beachbody, I love hair and makeup, and I love all of those type of things. So truly, I share those tips and tools on my page. That is my follower. That is who I attract. The other thing is my faith. My faith is a large part of who I am. And so I share that very openly on social media. And then in between that, you guys, I'm going to have the Beachbody information. So you need to be really clear who your target market is. Are you talking to a mom? Are you talking to a professional? Are you talking to somebody that has kids and works full time? Are you talking to stay-at-home moms? Whoever it might be. You need to know your person of who you're speaking to each day. Let's see. Make interest lists. So I literally will make lists of the type of people that I want to reach. I want people that are really hardworking. I want people that already love fitness. If you see a lot of my posts, I actually talk about this a lot because I was that girl that loved fitness. Like if I went to the gym or I went to a class, I was right up front. I was like, I want to be like her, and I want to be just like that person. And I was that person that just, regardless, I would do it. So I intentionally look for those type of people when I'm on social media. I'm going to talk more about that. Let's see. Other things are how they connect with you. Let's see. So hiking, like I talk a lot about hiking as this time of year. I'm going to be doing a lot more hiking, whether you're crafts, you're a mom. Let's see. Learning as you go. This is the one thing for any new coaches that are watching this. I want you guys to jump in. I know Emily's getting ready to do a coming out post, and one of the biggest things I can tell for you guys is just jump in. Jump in and learn along the way. You will never learn everything. Like, it's literally, if you sit there and you try to learn it all, you will not be successful. So jump in and learn as you go, and then you're going to get better. I look at some of the posts that I did 5.5 years ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is the worst thing. Like, how did anybody even like or comment on them? They were horrible. But if I wouldn't have started, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So don't overthink it. Just jump in, do it, and learn and ask questions along the way. Always add new blood and energy to your page. So I want to talk about adding followers. I also, she talked a lot about this on the National Wake Up Call. So how many of you guys are running challenge groups on your own? I know, Juana, you probably are, right? You're running challenge groups on your own. Here's one thing they talked about in the National Wake Up Call that I thought was amazing is you guys have to make a goal to help 3 to 5 people per month so you can add new people to your challenge group, which adds new blood. Okay, also adding new blood to your actual pages every single day is so important, and we're going to talk more about that. Again, this is notes from the National Wake Up Call. I'm going to go a little quicker here. She talks about hashtags. I want to talk to you guys about that, being consistent daily, call to actions, and I'm going to go through all of these with you guys. So one of the things that is so important when you guys are on Instagram that is so crucial is that you guys just share who you are. One of the things that really was a huge breaking point for me in Instagram was sharing the good and the bad. You know, Jatana shared on Instagram stories today. She was talking on the training that, you know, a lot of times she'll share, you know, getting out of bed and not looking very pretty, or, you know, drinking her yellow juice, and that, you know, it's her mommy crack and it's gonna help her to get her workout in when she doesn't want to. And one of the things that I love to share that I know Chalene Johnson, if you've watched any of her YouTube videos on Beachbody that she's done, but all you new coaches, all the old ones know this, but never ever use the word Shakeology, never ever use the word energize, never talk about necessarily the program you're doing, but maybe talk about, I just finished my workout. I just finished day 21. I just drank my skipping juice, right? Your energize. This gives people on Instagram, on social media, an actual opportunity to ask you guys questions. If we, on our post, are putting everything out there, the workout we're doing, like, oh, it's Body Beast day 61, they're gonna be like, awesome, I'm gonna Google and order it. And I'll never reach out to Rhonda. You know, Rhonda keeps talking about this Energize she's drinking and it gives her tons of energy. I'm gonna Google it and I don't even need to reach out to Rhonda. But what it does, it gives people an opportunity to ask you questions on your newsfeed. So some of the things I talk about is I always talk about my skipping juice, or I talk about the fact that I haven't taken a vitamin in 5.5 years and I only take one supplement. I always get asked, what one supplement is that? What's the one shake you're drinking, Ronnie? You always talk about the shake you're drinking, because I don't tell them on social media what it is, because I want them to ask me. It gives me a chance to build a relationship and an opportunity to ask them questions. You guys, the other thing that it does is it allows me to not sound salesy. If I'm a mom or I'm an entrepreneur or whatever, I'm alive, I'm going to be like, honey, babe, make me a shake. Hey, honey, will you make me my pre-workout? I'm not going to say, hey, honey, will you make me my Shakeology today? Can you imagine? Like, that just sounds stupid, right? Like, we don't talk like that. Hey, will you make my Energize really quick? No, can you make that freaking awesome juice that makes me skip? Get it now, right? Like, be real about your posts. And the other thing is, we'll be like, oh, I just did, let's see, Back and Buys, Body Beast. No, I just had the craziest workout that like crushed my back, you know, or whatever it might be. Or, oh my gosh, today was all about booty and my butt is on fire. Day 21 in the books, right? And they're like, day 21? Well, what program are you doing? People will give them a chance to actually ask you instead of you looking like this billboard of being a sale. So number one tip just on social media in general, and never ever, I always say this because I see it a lot and you hear it all the time, but never kiss any of your stuff, okay? Don't kiss your shake, don't kiss your Energize, don't kiss your bag of Shakeology, your box. It just comes, like, we don't walk around kissing stuff like that, okay? Kiss your husband, sure. Kiss your dog, great, but we don't go, my Shakeology is fantastic. Just don't do it, okay? It just comes across really creepy, okay? All right, so what it comes in, the number one thing I do in my newsfeed every day is create curiosity. Okay, I want to create curiosity so that it gives people an opportunity to have an actual conversation with me. Number one tip on Instagram that I can tell you guys is super huge is make sure that your first line in your statement that you have coming out of your picture is a question. If you're trying to get engagement and you're really struggling with engagement, and sometimes I'll be like, man, people just aren't talking to me. I'll be like, first line is a question. Hey, do any of you guys take pre-workout before your workout? What do you take? Hey, does anybody else have any like regimens for, you know, helping you sleep during the night? Because I got to work out right now and the last thing I want to do is because I didn't have a good night's sleep. You know, ask questions. I think the most important thing is we forget to be human and just be normal. Just ask normal questions, right? I actually ask my followers quite a bit how old they are. I'm always curious. I'm like, how old are my followers? Like, do y'all work out? Do you go to a gym? Do you work out at home? Does anybody else like to hike? Does anybody else, take pre-workout? How long have you been married? Like, I want to know the people that I speak to and that sees my post every day. And so I'm constantly asking questions. Let's see. The other thing. Okay, so this is really, really great. So through private message, and you guys, this is Instagram, but also this is all social, and I'm going to really dig into the Instagram parts of hashtags and all of that stuff in a minute here. But one of the things is all of you guys get private messages or people that say things to your face. Oh, you're a Beachbody coach. Oh, you drink that shake. Awesome, right? So what I do is I take those moments or those private messages and I actually make them into posts. So people that have objections about the price of Shakeology, or people that have objections about doing a home workout, or people that think coaching is an MLM scam, right? So I use all of these type of topics and I throw them into posts on social media. I talk about how great it is that I can work from the couch in the morning, whatever it might be, and I'm singing, I've got my music on, and I'm just having a freaking awesome time listening to JT, and I'm like, this is my job. Yeah, coaching is so not real, right? So I'll use these opportunities to kind of share that this is what I do and I love. So I want you guys to think about, and we can do a whole call on the opportunity of getting those objections and turning them into posts, but don't let the objections that you get from people bring you down. Let them be a moment, a learning opportunity where you can literally be like, I'm going to do a post about that. One of my favorite posts to ever do, and it's only because I was that person, is when people tell me Shakeology is too expensive. They go, oh, it's $4 a day? I'm out. Like, that's super pricey. And I'll be like, no, I totally get it. I totally get it. And so I'll tell you guys how I'd respond through a private message, but I also talk about it on social media, and I'll share with you how I do that. First of all, through private message, one of the most important things to do, you guys, is let them know that you understand. Because if you think, so the two people I can see, raise your hands if you were like, I thought it was crazy expensive and I would never, ever drink that shake. Like, and all of us would. I was that person. I was like, there is no way I'm going to drink a shake that's $4 a day. But I was uneducated. I didn't understand that it's a meal, it's all my vitamins, that it's going to literally make or break my results. It's going to curb cravings. It's going to help people that, have high blood pressure. Like, the list goes on and on and on. So what I actually do on my Instagram stories is I talk more about that all the time, but also on my Instagram posts is I talk about the shake that I drink, that it's helped me to build muscle and drop body fat, helps to curb my cravings, that my Liquid Awesome every single day, my kids can have it. And so I use is an opportunity. Notice I never say the word Shakeology, to let them know what it is that's helping me to get these great results. Don't be ashamed of it. It's amazing. You've got to talk about it, okay? So I want to talk real quickly about hashtags on Instagram because they are crucial. You have to use hashtags. And what a hashtag is on Instagram is it basically is a way that people find you. It's a Google aspect. So there are so many apps, and I'm going to share with you guys which ones I have, and you want to constantly change your hashtags. You're allowed to use up to 30 hashtags per post. And what you do is you post your post, and then you actually put your hashtags in the comment area after you post it. And it allows people to look you up under those posts. But what I want you to do is I want your hashtags to be unique. I want them to be individual towards you and your brand. So I actually use an app called Tag for Likes, and it's FOR Likes. And what I do is I actually go on there and I have custom ones saved to my actual app. So I have like Scottsdale. Like I want to meet more people that live here. So I actually use a lot of local hashtags. I use 40's the new 20. I use cake lover, pre-workout, God love, kid fitness, peanut butter lover, anxiety, Arizona fit moms, infertility, at-home workouts. I mean, I literally use it where it fits to my brand, and then you can constantly change those hashtags. But you want to make sure and utilize them because it allows people to be able to find you, because that's how you're going to find people too. So you can look up those exact same hashtags. So say you live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. right? Like Emily, you can literally look up Minneapolis as a hashtag and you can see all the posts for Minneapolis, and you could even do Minneapolis fitness. And you can all of a sudden look up everybody in your area that actually use that same hashtag and connect with people that are literally local, which is amazing. So I never don't use them. They are a huge game changer. Let's see. One of the questions, what was it? I want to share that Jennifer had, but I want to share with you guys how to get people from your posts that you actually post on Instagram to get people to go look at your Instagram stories. So a couple ways that I want to share that I've been able to do this. There's actually multiple different ways that I've been able to do it. You've got to be consistent about it. So like, for instance, last week when I unplugged for the whole day, well, for the most part, and I went to the golf tournament, my PS at the end of my post that day is, hey, if you want to see all the behind the scenes of what I'm doing today, make sure and check out my Instagram stories, right? And so this is why I did this. I knew I was not going to eat well. Like I knew like they do not have healthy food there. So I knew I didn't know I was going to have a corn dog. That's a whole nother story. Like what was that about? But I have actually 3 new customers from sharing the freaking nasty food I ate, because they were like, well, if you can eat like that, I want to work with you. Because it showed them that I was normal, that I was eating the brownies, eating the cake, I was eating the corn dogs, and they followed me on Instagram stories because I told them to. So if I'm gonna have a busy day, or I've got something going on, maybe it's my little girl's birthday. So maybe you have a little girl's birthday coming up and you're like, oh my gosh, help me, congratulate you, do a post, because I don't know about y'all, but when it's my kid's birthday, I do a post about it. I'm like, it's my daughter's birthday. I'm like, it's so excited. So, and then I might do a PS, to see the whole behind the scenes birthday party, or what we're going to do, or what kind of cake I'm going to eat today. Follow me on Instagram stories, right? And then another thing that I'll do to get people to follow me on Instagram stories is I will actually share like a transformation photo or my own transformation photo. And I'll say something to the fact of, all right, y'all want to know what I'm eating? Follow me on Instagram stories today. I'm going to share multiple recipes. So then I will specifically make sure that day that I will share multiple recipes on Instagram stories. And not only will I do that, but I will make sure and have interaction on my Instagram stories. I do about 2 to 3 per day of the yes and the no's. Would you eat this? Would you not? Do you want to learn more? Do you not? Am I a dork? Do you like me? I don't know, right? Like I do interactions on Instagram stories for one major purpose. It allows me to know what to post. It allows me to know who to reach out to. So not only when I'm doing the Instagram stories, but I'm also interacting with them there to know that if I'm giving them the right information. Another thing that I'll do is I get a lot of questions about my hair when it's clean, and I'll literally like post a picture of, my hair or my makeup or something, and I'll be like, okay, you guys keep asking me tons of questions about my makeup or my hair. Today on Instagram stories, I'm going to go live, or I'm going to share my favorite products on there. So make sure and follow me. This is how I went from about 500 views on Instagram stories to over 3,000 a day on Instagram stories. Just getting people, or 3,000 on each post, getting people to interact with me. Today, I did a post on Instagram stories where I simply said, as plain as day, have you ever wanted to ask me what I do, but you were maybe scared to? And then I did so actually, let me read it to you. It was this post right here. Where was it at? Hold on, sorry. Oh, here we go. So I did this post right here on Instagram stories today, and I can already see the percentages, and you guys, I got some serious homework tomorrow because of this post right here. I am so darn excited. So what I did is I said, have you ever wanted to do what I do? And then what I did is I said, yes, I want in. And then the second part said, yes, but I have questions. So what I'm going to do is almost 60% said they want in. That's crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to private message all of them. Okay. And then on the other one, it's 41% said, yes, they want to learn more if they have questions. And I'm going to send the same message to all of them. Okay. And I'm going to send this picture and I'd be like, hey, I got, this, I'm really excited. I'd love to, share more with you. Are you working closely with a coach, or have you ever, thought about being a coach yourself? Right? So I can kind of get to know them more. I'm not just going to say, hey, you want to be a Beachbody coach? Let's do it. I need to learn more. I actually plan on sending a lot of phone calls with people like this. And heck, I might get 2 or 3 people that sign literally tomorrow by just putting this out there and asking people to have a call to action. One of the most important things you can do on Instagram, or even social media in general, you guys, is having a call to action. It allows your followers to know that you're listening, because you're asking them a question, but it also allows you to know that much more about your followers. I've got so many things I want to talk about, but I also want to do some Q&As with you guys as well. Let's see. One of the ways to get new followers, obviously, is hashtags. The other thing that I do is I will actually look up those hashtags. So like, say, Arizona Fit Moms. I will type in Arizona Fit Moms and thousands of people will pop up. I'll go and look at some of the new people. I'll friend request them. I'll go and look at their posts. I'll look and see if they fit my genre, right? Maybe you add 5 to 10 new people per day. Do you hear on the National Wake Up Call, she adds 100 new people per day? I was like, holy cow. Goals, I'm going to do that. So 100 new people per day she adds, and then she eliminates as there may be not people that are really her genre. So, let's see. I'm sharing a story from tired to crushing it. I think I shared that with you guys already. A call to action. Do not post product names. Already shared that. Consistent daily. So here's the one thing about everything I just shared with you guys is this works if you're consistent. If you do this and then a week goes by and you don't do it, people are going to miss you. It won't really work for you. So my Instagram stories have gotten to the point where it is so much fun. I actually look forward to waking up and seeing what my dog's gonna stick in his mouth today. And I get hundreds of messages of people going, I wake up every single day and you are the first Instagram stories I go to because I just wanna see what Thor's doing in the morning. And I'm like, really? And it's just so funny. It's become this, all right, what is he doing today? And people will fall in love with you. So the thing that I think is important, that when we become a Beachbody coach, I think we think that we've got to just post about fitness, or we've got to just post about health and all that, when really people love your dog, they love your kids, they love you swimming in the backyard, they love, or maybe doing snow angels in your backyard, Emily, or maybe not because it's too cold, but people just love you for who you are. And then the neat thing about Instagram stories that I love to do is I love to share your guys' transformations. I love to share your transformations, but I love to share what's really going on in my life. It gives people an opportunity to get to know me and my husband. It gets an opportunity. People know that we are always singing and dancing, and that I love music, and I wish I could sing like my daughter. People love how much I love my dog and my cat, and they love to see them fighting. Like they like to see that I am just like them. I have 20 loads of laundry. Instagram stories gives me an opportunity to build trust with those people that are motivated and inspired by my posts, but are still questioning what's going on. Is this real? She's got this, but does she eat hot dogs and brownies and cookies? Because I just don't know. And then it gives me this opportunity to share, yep, she sure does. And so it really is fun to just be who you are on Instagram stories. And the same thing on Instagram. So when my husband bought me flowers last week, one of my best posts was me just sharing that. Simply just sharing that there is nothing better than getting flowers for no occasion at all. Has nothing to do about fitness, but it's my life. And then in the midst of that, I'm going to share transformations, and I'm going to share all this other stuff, and I'm going to share moves of the day, and I'm going to share my dogs, and I'm going to share me dancing with no makeup, and I'm going to just be me, and I'm going to share my Bible studies. I'm going to share my market and who I am and who I speak to in this world. So I want to open the lines, have you guys ask questions. There's so many things I could go over. We have so many trainings on Instagram under files in our main coach group. So feel free to look under there under team calls. There are so many specific ones. You guys got the one, like I said, from Jatana already this week. And then the National Wake Up Call went over it too. So I don't want to go over too many of the same things, but I wanted to share what was working for me I also want to share one more thing before I open the line was inviting. It's a whole nother topic, but Shannon had asked about what was working with inviting right now. And I would say that it's really trial and error. Inviting is interesting because it really becomes one of those things that you have to be consistent with it. So as a new coach, when I invited to a challenge group or I invited to learn about coaching, one of the things that I really screwed up on is literally putting an invite out once or twice a month. I thought, okay, I'm going to put an invite out once or twice a month. I did my job. Oh, nobody's interested. Oh, one person was. Okay, it isn't enough. It isn't enough. That doesn't mean you have to go crazy, but I also share on Instagram stories a lot about you guys. I share about how great you're doing. I share Juana, her amazing transformation, and Tiffany, her amazing transformation, and all these, and even Emily today talking to her in the middle of a parking lot. Like I share like the blessings behind my job of being a coach and how great it is and how it gets me through my day and I can do it anywhere, so that when I do put that invite out about coaching, or I do put that invite out about joining a challenge group, I do get more people asking questions. Do all of my posts work? No. Like my one today, for instance, it's okay. I think I have like 7 people interested. Now, normally, like last month when I did a post, I had over 35 people interested. So does what you work always work? No. You have to always change it. So some of the things that are working for me on an invite are just getting people to want to know more about coaching, or, hey, Rhonda, you became a Beachbody coach. I want to learn more about these groups that you're in. How do I get more? Here's one thing that is working for me right now. And social media is constantly changing, so you've got to constantly evolve with it, is I'll ask people to drop a heart in the comment area. Right? And they feel so much better about asking to drop a heart versus, oh, I'd like to learn more. They're not going to type that. They're just not. They're not going to type that. They're going to be like, oh, I'm embarrassed to ask. So they're just not going to ask you. So I'll tell you that when I ask people to drop a heart or a hell yeah in the comment area or something, I get so much better feedback from that than asking people to just, hey, comment below if you're interested. They're just not going to. So that's one of the number one things. The other thing is doing a live video and giving people something for free. So doing a live video on Instagram or doing a live video on Facebook and maybe cooking in the kitchen and just sharing some of my recipes or maybe my tips and tools. And at the very end of that live video saying, you know what? And I've got a private group coming up where I share all of my recipes, all of my tools. If you guys want to learn more, drop a heart in the comment area and I'll send you information. No pressure. It makes people just feel like, oh, I can drop a heart and I can do that. And then you get to build that relationship through a private message instead of them feeling uncomfortable that their grandmothers and their moms are going to see it and all they're going to see. And a heart is like no stress at all, right? So that is another way that's really worked for me. The other thing is Instagram stories has been huge in me getting people interested in challenge groups and building trust, because they will message me and be like, all right, you shared this the other day. Would you be willing to share this? And I'm like, sure. Like right now I have somebody asking me about what shampoo and conditioner I use to make my blonde really, really blonde. So I've got to share that tomorrow. And the cool thing is I love sharing that because I'm going to build trust with those people and I'm going to help them. This sounds really silly, but it does really work. I build trust with them washing their hair or cooking a meal. They're going to go, wow, the next time they're having a hard time with something, I'm going to be the first person they think about. And they trust me because I help them without any expectations at all. So one of the quick things is just being who I already am on Instagram stories is a huge way. So those are the things that are really working for me for invites right now. Also, one really quick thing, huge, huge game changer last month and this month for signing coaches. So what is it like? I think that by the 3rd of this month, I already signed 4 coaches. And last month it was like same type of thing. And one of the things that I've been doing is when people want to know more about coaching, I instantly get them on the phone. So first of all, I'll send them that video. You want to learn more about coaching, which we have under files. Anybody needs it, let me know. We have a 1-day event where I share that one video. I send that to them and I say, awesome. I'd love to set up a phone call. What time of day works good for you? I've got Monday or Tuesday open. And then they're like, okay, awesome, let's do it. It gives them a chance to watch this half-hour video, learn more about coaching, I get them on the phone. We have a 10-minute call. They already have watched the video. They've already got questions. We get right down to it. They're not asking, so what is coaching? What is it that you do? They've already watched the 30-minute video. So we just get down to business. And I did that literally this morning with a girl in New York at 8 o'clock in my PJs on my couch. She already knew everything. We already know what we're going to do. She already knows what workout program. We already did that through private message. So when I picked up the phone, it was just to build trust and just to finalize that. So that's been one of the huge things too, is just picking up the phone and being more present for people. Also letting them know, I've got 10 minutes. I got a 10-minute call I'd love to set with you, because they will want to be on with you for like an hour. So, and you've got a lot of work to do. So we got laundry to do and dishes and kids to pick up and those kind of things. So Emily, Juana, Jen, do you guys have any questions about social media, Instagram stories, inviting, any of that stuff?
Hey, Rhonda. I had a question about videos that you post.
Yes.
Do you use a special app for that, or how do you edit your videos?
So my favorite editing video is iMovies. So, and I believe I don't know if it's free or not. I've had it for so long. iMovies is really great. It allows you to slow down the video. It allows you to speed it up. It allows you to add music. So can I tell you guys a little secret I've been doing, because I'm so frustrated that social media doesn't allow you to use all the new music that's out on your videos. But if you speed it up a little bit, it allows you to use it. But iMovies will allow you to use music, but so many of them are crossed out. So what I actually do, you guys, I pull it up on YouTube. This is crazy. I do the whole video, have it completely edited and everything up from iMovies. And it has to be a minute long for Instagram. And so then I pull the song up on YouTube. I put my phone next to it. I record it. And then I slightly speed it up so that it doesn't get in trouble from social media. Because if it's slightly sped up, then it doesn't recognize it as being like copywriting, because it technically isn't, because it's sped up. But like all this like Justin Timberlake or all these new songs or like, you know, all these things, like iMovie will not let you use it. A lot of the apps will not accept these musics because they know that you can't use them. So I just literally go, and there's a voice applicant on this iMovie app. And so I just put speaker on. I tell my kids to be really quiet. I put the YouTube video up and I just record it. So, and then I just slightly speed it up. So that's what I've been doing to use the new music, because I want it to be the newer stuff. So yeah, it's a great app. Another one, if you want like I think it's a 20-second video, and I'd love for you guys to share if there's ones you like too, is, and I don't use it very often anymore, only for the fact that I don't like that it's so, it only allows 20 seconds or whatever, is pick, play, post. But I do like that it allows you to put a video and it allows you to do a picture on one side. But I know that there's other ones too that you guys love. Like I know, Juana, do you use a different one? I think you do. Because I know everybody kind of uses different ones. Oh, I can't hear you for some reason, Juana. Dang it. You could always type it in the comment area maybe. And then Jen, if there's one that you like too. But I love iMovies. I love it's so versatile. Like I can do everything on. I can speed it up, slow it down. I can crop. I can add music. There's even like, they even have their own music on there that's like, you know, elevator music you can use. There's so many things on the app.
I love HypeType because you can, like, it has different fonts and then it has any music, even Justin Timberlake's new stuff. It's
okay, very cool.
Yeah, it's.
I need to look at that.
I love it. And then you just pay, I think it's $1.99 or $2.99, and you can get extra, like different special fonts, and the watermark is out of it.
Okay.
I really like that. The only thing iMovie has me all thumbs.
It takes a while to get used to. It does.
I can figure out how to either speed it all up or slow it all down, but not just like a little section. And then can you repeat what you said, like with the music? So you do the video. What do you make the video on your phone or on your iPad?
So the iMovie app is, you know, that blue app right there. So I literally I create the whole video, and then after the whole video is done, you go to, let me actually pull it up, I'll tell you. I think it's called Voice. You go to Voice because you can add your voice, and that's the one thing I love about this. So if I'm doing a workout video and I want to kind of like actually talk into it and still have background music, I can do that with this app. So it allows you to talk and actually use your voice. So if I want to talk into it, which some of my older videos I did that with, it's called VoiceOver. So it's called VoiceOver, and you can record your voice, but you can also at the same time have like background music. So it's kind of like, you know, professional sounding because you've got like background. It took me a while to use this app, but I'm trying to remember. I think I watched a video on how to use it. It's like I think I YouTubed it, and there was a video and they showed me how to use it. And I was like, okay, cool. It's a little more technical because there's so many. You can add words, you can add in and outs, so many things you can do with it. Yeah. And then what did one? I think one. Was it Pick Play? So I use Pick Play Post, but I use the 4 squares to put most 3 moves in a picture. I use an app called Zed to download a song to put in there. I like that. Okay, I didn't know about that app. So I love when we share because there's so many different ways to do it. So, and Jen, do you find that yours is more user-friendly than iMovie? A lot easier?
Me?
Yeah.
Do I find
the one that you said? What was the one you said?
Oh, Hype Type. Yeah, but it doesn't, like, it just does 15 seconds.
Okay.
And it's just really cool font.
Okay.
So you can do like a short workout move and do that. I love, like, I know you've done it, Jantana's done it, where you speed up everything except like one section of the move is slow motion.
Yes.
I can't figure that out. Yeah. If I speed it, I can't figure out how to speed everything up but keep the music normal. So yeah, I got a lot to learn on that. It's definitely hard.
It's fun. I think the only reason I love iMovie is because you can do a full minute. I think that's the only reason I really switched it, is because I wanted more time to be able to do it. But Emily, Pick Play Post is such a great one to start with because it's so easy to use, and then it's not so scary because you're not doing a full minute. The other thing I was going to tell you guys that I heard, and it really does make sense, is Instagram stories and going live on Instagram is such a great platform to start. So Instagram stories, maybe you guys are scared to go live, or you're just like, I don't know. You can record the actual video, and then if you don't like it, delete it. One of the things I was sharing on one of our team calls the other day, and I don't remember if you guys saw it, is, so you might think I'm on Instagram stories all the time. I spend 90% of my day on Instagram. That's just where it's my genre. It's where I get most of my people. I connect the best over there. But the only thing they need to get where the live videos stay forever. Like, they need to have like where we can draw. That's the only thing that drives me crazy. But you guys also can take your Instagram stories now and keep them up forever on that down area, like the little like highlighted area. And I am doing that like crazy. So any recipes that people always ask me about, maybe some funny posts that I've done, maybe invites, I keep them there so people can always go back to it. And so it's always there on Instagram. But one of the things that I love is I will record something or take a picture of something, and maybe I'm out at my daughter's performance, but yet it looks like I'm at Whole Foods. So you can save a lot of posts on your phone and then upload them later. So I try really hard to have things done in the evening so that way I'm not just constantly on Instagram stories, although you think I might look like I am. I've pre-recorded a lot of it. Now, some of it I can't, because it's like the Super Bowl and stuff, but for the most part, I'll kind of try to plan my day a little bit. So the other thing is, a lot of times I love to share my groceries, and I may not be at that moment at that time, but make sure and tag those places. And you can do all that on Instagram stories. And there's all these great GIFs and different things that you can use now that are a lot of fun and make it really exciting. So do you guys have any questions about Instagram stories, going live, Instagram posts? Emily, are you on Instagram? Yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, but I haven't done any of the stories before, so that's all new to me.
It's fun. Start doing it. It is so much fun. They're only up for 24 hours and then they're gone. But it's such a great way to start like sharing. Like, you know, it's interesting as you look at social media and they really show you on your Instagram or your Facebook what we want to see. And it's like Instagram stories actually shows you what's actually happening. And so it really is so much more fun. And I know for me, that platform has changed my business dramatically because people see that I'm normal, like I'm a dork just like them. And it really does, it's a breath of fresh air for people. So start using it, start getting used to it. Honestly, you don't need to do a ton. I do way too much. I honestly could be on there all day. I love it so much. But you could do 3 or 4 a day just to start, and it's a lot of fun. So, all right, you guys have any more questions? Okay, so hopefully this helped you guys kind of get to, know how to build trust, how to get people to go to your Instagram stories. So the other thing about, the one thing I want to just share real quick because it gets brought up a lot is how to get people to see your Instagram stories. So know this, that obviously weekends people are busy. I usually don't get as many views. I'll get usually like 2,000 versus almost 1,000 less on the weekends. And then Sunday it pops back up. But constantly talk about it. Like on your post, like have it as a PS and be like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what actually happened this morning. Go check out my Instagram stories. It's just going to blow your mind. And the people are like, okay. So that like give people a reason to go there constantly. Okay, I'm going to share my meal plan. I'm going to share my dinner this week. I'm going to share my groceries I just got at the grocery store that's helped me lose 20, 30 pounds on Instagram stories today. I guarantee you people are going to be getting their booty over there all the time because you're sharing what's actually behind the scenes. And it's so much more fun to follow people. I know when they've got music going on and they're showing their kids like doing crazy things, and just let life happen behind that Instagram stories. It's a lot of fun. So any questions that you guys have after the recording, let me know. I will have this up in the group, but go out and do it. Have a ton of fun. Start building trust, but just start with who you are. And I think that's the most important thing. Also, when you post, make sure that you're not using the product names. Give people an opportunity to ask you questions. It's such a game changer. So, all right, you guys. So if that is it, we are 50 minutes in. You guys have a great night, and let's crush this month. All right, you guys. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.